Hey Soul Tribe, Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine, and Sasha too. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, views, subscribes, comments, donations, everything. I appreciate it all. Let's go ahead and ring the bell. Let's go ahead and clear out the energy, and then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us this evening. Sounds like it's a fight, or at least a tussle, or at least a disagreement, or it was somebody that's not feeling something any longer. They threw. Let's pull some from the big stack to get us started. Yeah, somebody's like not feeling it anymore. I feel like, yeah, they now they know it's time to man or woman up. Because whatever's going on, they know that they wasn't ready for this. They didn't want all this smoke. They didn't need this because this was messy. This was just messy. And it's time for them to think and dream big and be expansive. Growth, maturity. Someone is realizing that somebody was taking advantage of them. Put one more. What else, Spirit? One more. And they realized they should have chose their battle. Because by them not choosing their battle wisely, they're having severe consequences. Yeah, they found out that situation that they purposely went in, it was not good for them. Did not work out in their favor at all. And now it's just time for them to grow the hell up. Bottom of the deck, we have the market. This is somebody who's experiencing a rapid change in their fortune. It's like this, the change that they're in their fortune. It's like what they need just to survive, what they need just to be able to live on, to go through their own existence. Because the devil was involved. And something about this high priestess, she sees everything clearly. She saw everything clearly. And she had even told somebody that if they can leave the devil, then their life would end up coming together favorably. But there was, like I said, the devil was involved. Girl, if you don't go lay down, go. Now. Go. What did I say? Lay down. This girl here. In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. I'm about to put her outside. Go. Go. I apologize, y'all. This dog here, oh my goodness. But this person, hey, J. Mike, this person did not listen. It's like they allowed this siren to talk them into to lure them, you know. When that siren lured them, it's like they gave up their protection. Yeah, but something about this, about you. It's like you never lost your protection. They thought that you were going to lose your protection when this siren, this devil energy lured them, and they felt like you were going to lose your protection, but you didn't. Not only that, but it's like, now this person, it's like, somebody that laughs outwardly, but they cry on the inside because they're scared shitless. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. And like I said, there's been an abrupt change in their entire existence. This person feels like they played the role of the fool. Hey, share. And it's like, because this devil energy was so arrogant, but and was yet not willing to take no for an answer. This is somebody that feels like they're going to make someone do what they want to do, like somebody that's arrogant, and they just keep on, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing until they get their way. Somebody may have to move, you know, have to have a change in their residence because of this. And they're looking now, and they're accepting their personal failures, accepting the mistakes that they made, of the foolish mistakes that they made, of the peer pressure. They feel like they were pressured. Now somebody understands the danger of peer pressure, and the blessing of strength. Yes, because this person now is, unified by anger. This something about this, destruction, and they're angry about it. They have no choice. Hey, Bragsy. Thank you so very much, J Mike. All right. Hey, Island Girl. Yeah, now something about this person, something about their dreams. Like, this person had dreams that they misinterpreted. They had a dream about this, but maybe in their own arrogance they felt like it was something else. Like, they may have had a dream about somebody climbing the mountain, reaching the mountain top, but in their own arrogance they really didn't pay attention to the face of the person that reached that pinnacle. They thought it was them because it was their dream. But had they paid attention, they would have saw it was your face. This is somebody that, this relationship. This is somebody that should have remained a little more open, a little more trusting, almost like a little more childlike inside. You know how a child will ask question after question after question, like, why? Well, why? This is something that this person should have done. But right now, it's like, and now it's like they're at a point where they want to give and they want to receive your love. You know, they're starting to think about all the complexities of this decision that they made, and it was not a simple decision. They didn't think about everything. They just made a rash decision. But in the end, This person needs to understand that everything turns out for the best. Now this person feels like they've gained some wisdom that they need. You know, now they understand what it is to be gracious, to be kind, to be sweet. Especially since they're receiving judgment. Before they were really passive. You know, they were idealistic. They were so enthusiastic to jump on the bandwagon that they forgot to look at the red flags. Somebody should have taken stock of their love. What was truly important and what wasn't. Now somebody's looking for some balance. Especially since they're going through a tower. But I'm telling you, this person truly did not want this smoke. What's the message, Spirit? Somebody wants a new beginning after this cycle has been completed, because I feel like they're getting close to completing a cycle, and now they want this new beginning. You know? Especially whenever they trusted and believed somebody who had these endless stories, these stories with no beginning and no end. It's like, you know how somebody says a lie and then they have to lie to cover up that lie, and then they have to lie to cover up those lies. It's like that type of story. It was a story that didn't have a beginning, and it was never, ever, ever going to have an end. Because, you know, this person realized that as far as how they made themselves look, you know, the people didn't look at them anymore like they were trustworthy or reliable. That was done. Now they understand why it's time to man or woman up. This person is now feeling a strong sense of holiness or connection to the earth. Maybe they should have hugged a tree. But like I said, now they understand how important it was to be kind, to be sweet. Hi, XXXXXXXXX. Because right now, like I said, they're losing a lot. What else, Spirit? Oh. And just like that, they're in that hangman position, not moving forward and not wanting to go back. You know, this like this person is experiencing the quiet before the storm. They're just in this period where they're in limbo, and like I said, they don't want to go back because they know that there's nothing for them back there. But yet they're not ready to really proceed forward because there's a lot of internal growth that this person has to go through. There are a lot of truths that have to be spoken. This person is now looking at everything. They're noticing everything. All the subtle glances between people, all those big changes, all the little changes. And this person, what they're seeing now, it's accurate. Before they allowed themselves to have that shield over their eyes, you know, so that they couldn't really see what was going on, or they chose to ignore what was truly going on because they wanted to see what they wanted to see. Hi, Crystal Empress, 5D clear. This is somebody who is finding out that there was somebody's experiencing a loss. Somebody's experiencing some like medical issues, but this is somebody who is understanding that they have a gift. They have a gift, and really they are a true healer. But because of this pressure that they're seeing or feeling, it's like it's creating some type of sickness within them. Yeah, it's almost like what they were feeling, the pressure that they were feeling, or what caused the sickness was their desire, to be with the dark side. I mean, it was like something that they couldn't they couldn't fight that desire. It was too strong. It was stronger than them, because at that point they were at their weakest. But now everything is being seen just like the sun. There's no shadows that can and be cast any longer. And they're realizing that, you know what? They're having to look beyond their given situation and understand that anything and everything is possible. This is somebody who knows that they just came out of war. They went to war for no damn reason. And they're realizing this because it's like this person only has one leg. They sacrificed themselves to go to war for no damn reason. And now they're feeling those consequences. Somebody's rash decision had serious, serious consequences. So now they're ready to start something new. They're ready to birth something new into their life, something that is meant for them. This is where they were meant to go. And this is them, what they were meant to do. This is their wishes, their hopes, their dreams. This is that guiding star. And it's like this arrow is leading them right to where they need to go. That star. But because of their pride, because of their impulsive nature, they know that they made a mistake. Now this person knows that they have one purpose. They can only have one belief. And this person is determined to be solid in those beliefs. This is somebody who, this emperor, could have been somebody that they were following, the emperor. And this emperor lacked conviction, But because this emperor lacked conviction, but this is somebody who was great in the art of deceiving and in talking that good game. And the reason that this emperor misguided them is because of their jealousy. And whenever they sided with this emperor, that's when they realized that they were not moving. They weren't moving forward. They weren't moving backward. They were just stuck. This is somebody who has the ability to do good or evil, but it's all in the decision that they make, But this person, I feel, is determined to have a victory. Yeah, it's almost like they're realizing the power that they have, just like the earth. Earth has a lot of power, just like the rain. The rain, if we don't get enough rain, then there's a drought. If we get too much rain, then there's a flood. It's like it has to balance itself out in order for crops to be able to grow, us to be able to harvest those crops, us to be able to eat from those harvested crops. Someone had to balance their life out. They had to understand where that middle ground was. It's not that they can be too nice. It's not that they can be too harsh, but yet they have to be right in the middle. Yeah, this is somebody who is birthing a new idea, birthing a new path, birthing a new direction and where to go. And you know what? The way that they're doing it is in secret. They're quietly birthing this new path in secret, you know, especially because of this natural force that they have within themselves. You know, it's like they're getting this courage to act swiftly. But yet they have to act swiftly because they know that their oppressor is cruel and wants to oppress them. So it's like they have to act swiftly so that they can get away. Once again, here we are with this new beginning. What else, Spirit? Anything else? Okay. Yeah. Oh. See, this emperor came out again. But the emperor came out in reverse. Because this emperor doesn't want this person to start over, doesn't want this person to be in their purpose. And like I said, so this is why this emperor is lying. You know, is lying, and this person sees that this emperor is not trustworthy because the lies don't have a beginning and the lies never have an end. And so this is why this person feels like it's time for them to get that strong sense of holiness of the earth, to connect with God, the Most High. This could be somebody that has some dark hair and dark eyes. And really what it is that they want to return to you because of your kindness, of your sweetness. And this person is dreaming of you. This is somebody who is bursting free from their limiting beliefs, you know, where they used to just think of I, me, I. This is somebody that has to break free from that. And I feel like, you know, they were listening to you. This is that wise woman that sits, you know, by the bank of the river, doesn't say anything, but understands the messages that Spirit is bringing in. Hold on, y'all. I do apologize. Let me go get this girl real quick. Get your little ass in here. Stop all that. Lay down. You stay. Let me tell you about all that. Stay. Think I ain't somebody's mama. Y'all heard me. Get your little ass in here. Now she want to play victim. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, 7 of Cups. Somebody, they didn't choose their battles wisely. They see that now. They did not choose their battles wisely. You know, this is somebody who wants to come in and they want to make things right with you. They want to give you that apology because once again, they failed to choose wisely. They failed to choose wisely. And who they thought was going to have their back and stand 10 toes down, they left that person out in the cold. So it's like this person has to understand that it's time for them to stop holding back, stop being afraid, stop acting timid, and just honor their strength, honor that inner bitch that we all have inside, and let that motherfucker roar. Just like I had to let her roar at her, so she knew I was not fucking playing around with that little ass anymore today. We had to let that inner bitch come out. Sasha? Yes, because whatever this person was working on, they feel like a fool. They feel like a fool for even going there. They feel like a fool for even trying to trick you. Here you are, kind, helpful, sweet, but yet they wanted to try and play some games on you. Hey, Sharia. Thank you so very much. Yep, this is somebody now that has to fight some battles. They have to fight their own battles because you can't do it. And no one else is going to do it. They should have chose that battle that they have to fight. They should have chose it wisely, but since they didn't, they have to fight. Because you can't save them. You cannot save them. They didn't want to be saved, so you had to leave. And they got with somebody who was two-faced, who had plans for them. And those plans was not to help them. Those plans were just to hurt them. Somebody didn't look at everything. They didn't look at everything. They sure the fuck didn't listen, especially whenever you was trying to tell them. They didn't do none of that. They felt that they were so smart that they allowed themselves to make a stupid ass mistake. Something that could have been avoided, like going into battle for no fucking reason and losing a leg. There was no need for you to fight. There was no battle for you to fight. And they had to realize exactly who they worked with. What an eye opener. Sasha, get over here. Come. Come. Lay down. You stay. Like I said, yes. Hey, Callie Swag. Hey, the real J. Somebody has to let their inner bitch come out. They really do. They have to find their strength. And if this is an argument, so what? Argue about it. But you will not. One thing that you need to do is you need to reclaim your strength. Stop acting so fucking timid. Stop acting like you can't speak up. Stop acting like you cannot defend yourself. You don't have to go fist to cuss, but you can defend yourself. You can let somebody know, no. See, they realize now they got themselves stuck in a situation. You better not move. They got themselves stuck in a situation just because of some bold move. Somebody thought they had such a great idea, but now, it's like this whole thing that they did, this cycle that they're in. Now they want this cycle to end, but yet they still have to pay the price for the decision that they made. Judgment is still going to be called. They want to come, they want to apologize to you. They really do. Because with you, they were at peace. This is somebody that you've known for a while. This is somebody that was not loyal to you at all. This is somebody that you may have cried. Yes, this is somebody that you cried. And now they're realizing what they've done. They realized that they broke some type of spiritual law, and God sees all. This is why it's like they're experiencing a lot of loss. Stop it, girl. Especially whenever it comes to their finances. Because, it's like they gave the devil control. Who gives the devil control? This is somebody who, they wanted everything to work out in their favor, but they're seeing that nothing is working out in their favor. None of their wishes are coming true. No, God is not answering any of their calls, and then they can't even get next to you because, you had to protect yourself and defend yourself. God is protecting you. God has you on the other side of the wall. Because and this person refused to use their own intuition. This person, they want to travel to you. They really do. They want to get closer to you. And I don't mean like closer as in physically. I'm talking like this person is now ready to open up to get closer to you. It's like now all of a sudden they see who their wish fulfillment is, who they should have been around, who they should have put their time and their effort into, as opposed to trying to fight with, because all that did, they didn't even check. They're getting karma because the truth was already out there. Like I said, somebody went to war when they didn't even have to. They could have just easily asked you some questions. They could have dug for the truth, and they didn't even have to dig for the truth. They could have just asked you a few questions, like I said, like that toddler. Well, why and why and why and why? Because then they would have known that that road was nowhere they wanted to be. They would have gladly saved themselves all that heartache and that heartbreak, instead of acting, like they were, like I said, trying to attack you, listening to somebody else who thought that they were going to remain in the shadows. Like they put this person on Front Street while they wanted to be in the shadows, like you didn't see. They thought that was going in the right direction, but then everything was on pause. Everything. So now it's like they're looking at you. And the wheel. Hey, Patrick, thank you so very much, and welcome to the Sweet Spot Soul Tribe. They're looking at you and how everything is going in your favor, and they're thinking about that web that they weave, how they got stuck there. All because they listened to somebody that was truly their hidden enemy. This could have been somebody in their family, truly a hidden enemy. This person is trying to figure out how to get out of this, and they don't know. But it's going to be because of the truth that's going to set them free. And like I said, it's their heart. Their heart is opening up. But this person feels like they're going to have to be cunning. Like they have to be cunning just to get away from this controlling person. And this is the same person that tried to control you. They tried to control you and their relationship. But they know that they're going to have to speak up. They're going to have to go into war or into battle for themselves. They're going to have to become that leader that they're looking for. Somebody was looking for a leader only to find out it was them. That's why nobody else could fit the shoes. That's why nobody else could do it, because they were the leader they were looking for. It's just that they were too timid. They didn't have the courage, the tenacity, the everything else for them to say, I'm stepping up and I'm stepping into my role and putting on my shoes. Patrick, thank you so very much. I really do appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, this is somebody that they thought that if they left you alone, that you was not going to be able to get what you needed to survive. But see, they didn't realize who was in your corner. God's always been in your corner. God said, if you take one step, I'm going to take two for you. So you will gladly take in one step here, one step here, one step there. And that's why this person is sitting there watching you move forward while they're stuck. They're stuck trying to figure out what they have to do. They're finished trying to act like they're young, dumb, and immature, like they're going to be the first person to go in and throw the first punch. They're finished with that. They're done with that. This is somebody who now is trying to figure out how to come and apologize to you, what to say, what to do, how to make it right. But yeah, this is somebody who knows that they need some balance in their life. But once again, this is somebody who's afraid. They feel like they have to walk on eggshells because and quietly, because they feel like if anybody else finds out, that they're going to try and attack them too. What's the message, Spirit? It's too many. Yeah, somebody should have chose their battles, because that whole situation was messy. All they had to do was step up to the plate, was man or woman up. They should have realized somebody was trying to take advantage of them. We have to open up our eyes. We have to see, if this is what we don't want, then we have to make sure that we are making our own decisions, and we are not allowing somebody to make those decisions for us, because nobody else has our best interest at heart like we do. God, that's it. But nobody else that we can see and touch. Nobody else that we can see and touch. We can ask their opinions, but we don't have to follow their guidance. I'm feeling like this person who tried to be in such control, the one who talked a good game. It's like they even could have bullied this person and said, well, you know what, if you don't take my advice, then don't come ask me shit else. You better stay. Don't ask me another motherfucking thing, and then that makes a person feel a certain way. Like, damn, well, I'm not trying to piss nobody off. But at the same time, it's okay to piss somebody off, especially if you know that they're not trying to tell you the truth. They don't have your best interest at heart. They didn't tell this person there's no need for you to even fight. They didn't tell this person, oh, I'm lying to you about everything, and you don't have to go to war, because if you go to war, you're going to end up losing a leg. They didn't tell that person none of that shit. This person didn't weigh the pros and cons about nothing. They took it like it was gospel and went to war for nothing. Went to war against you for nothing. And what did they do? They didn't win. You did. They have a judgment call for them trying to come up after you. They really didn't want this smoke. They didn't want this smoke, because that smoke got them all trapped, fucked up, looking stupid, concerned, losing money, all that shit. Whenever all they had to do was step up to the plate and say, no, I'm the leader of I'm the one who's guiding my own life. So what if you had to have a tough conversation? Hey, Mac and Dave, to you. Hey, Angelique. Hey, AJ Kraft. Now somebody wondering what was it all for? What was it all for? They don't know. They don't even know. They're wondering, why did they even go to war? They don't even know. And here they are. They went to war against you, against somebody that spirit is on their side. Did they go to war to try and get your money? Did they go to war to try and get your title? Did they go to war to try and get your gifts? What did they go to war to try and get your intuition? What did they go to war for? This person don't even know. All they know is that they worked with somebody else against you. And now they want to work with you. This is somebody that knows that they got to come correct. They have to open up their heart. They got to tell you the truth. They got to start speaking. You stay there, girl. Stay there, Sasha. I'm not playing with you. And this is somebody who's going to have to fight this person. Not physically, with their mouth, with their mind, with their heart, and with their courage. They're going to have to stand up to this person. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because anything else is not working. They need victory. They need to speak their truth. They need to get their life back on track. They need their stability. They need to tell the truth and shame the devil. That's what they need to do. Somebody thought that if they left you, they was going to have their wish fulfillment. They was going to have everything come to them that they could possibly need. And that was a lie. Everything stopped. It all stopped with you. This person has to realize when they decided to do what they did, they messed themselves up. They didn't hurt you. You wasn't the one that said I was going to go in the war. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to fight this. You said, okay, well, I'm going to pray for you. Good luck. Hey, I wish you the best. Dear God, take care of this person. And that was it. That's all you could do. That was all you could do. Now this person is, like I said, they in a situation, they in a position, they feeling sad, sick, busted, and disgusted. You know, their money is funny. And then on top of that, they had to come to grips that they were the ones that was timid. They were the ones that was afraid to speak up. Everybody that said, oh, I got you. Did nobody have them? Did nobody have them? But they was giving out all their little money, all their change. But whenever they needed some change, everybody was like, damn, well, good luck. Somebody had to wake up to, all that, oh, I love you, we family, we this, we that. That was all a lie. That was all a lie. It was all a lie. And even if you are family does you the absolute motherfucking worst. Them the ones that feel like they can drive over you, put the motherfucker in reverse, back up, put it back in drive, and back and roll over you again. They do you the worst. Don't do all that. You can listen to what they got to say, but you ain't got to put all your heart in it. Yeah. You want your family to do well. But you know what? Everybody got y'all could have been raised in the same house. That don't mean that you was raised from the same cloth. That don't mean that you have the same ancestors. That don't mean you have the same spirit guides. That don't even mean that you believe in the same thing. How many family members that have somebody that got their PhD, and then the other member serving 30 years? You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't built up, and I'm not even saying that the one that got the PhD is even better. Everybody's the same. It's just that different paths. People make different decisions. Somebody should have recognized that. Yeah, somebody, they're afraid to come talk to you. They don't know if they even going to be able to get through. They don't know if that you got them on call block or whatever. But Spirit is telling them it's time for them to move forward. It's time for them to get some shit back on track. Spirit is letting this person know that's who they need to work with. They need to work with you. Not this old crazy mangy motherfucker who's sitting here trying to hide underneath the moon. The one who's causing them all the problems. They didn't want this smoke. They never wanted the smoke. But yet, here they are trying to light up all types of cigarettes and shit. Like, they was afraid to speak up for themselves. Oh, I don't want the smoke. Give me another. Come on. If you don't want it, then you're not going to go there. And it's not even about somebody smoking. But they didn't want those troubles. They didn't want those problems. They didn't want to go to war and lose a leg for no fucking reason. Because when you lose a leg, now you got to go get a prosthetic. Now you got to learn how to walk again. Now you got to get this. Now you got to get that. Now you got to get a special, especially if you lose the right leg, now you got to get a special car. you know, and especially, you know, all this other shit. See, it's like somebody didn't realize what they had when they had it. And they didn't think that their what's the word I'm looking for? Loyalty. They didn't think that their loyalty to you was that important. But it was. That was the most important thing that they had going. Loyalty. Because when you loyal to those that are there for you, you don't even entertain any other kind of crew. You're not going to sit here and entertain dancing with the devil, being afraid to speak up to somebody that you know is telling you a fucking lie. They started with a lie, they ended with a lie, and they still fucking lying. Hey, G. Japet. How are you? Especially if you know somebody's lying. Somebody should have reached higher. They should have wanted more for themselves. They should have wanted more for themselves. That way they would have completed this cycle a long time ago and could be trying to concentrate on something else. It's like there is no perfect shit. You know, somebody did all this and all they did, and they thought that it was hurting you. See, and they thought that they was going to hurt you. This is where somebody needed to check themselves at the motherfucking door, thinking that it was going to hurt you. Check yourself at the motherfucking door, bitch. Whether you a male bitch, a female bitch, or whatever. Had they checked themselves at the door, they would have said, you know what? Let me think about what if this don't go the way that I want this to go? And what do I really know about this person who's trying to be in the shadows and want me to be on fucking Front Street? Now, do I really want to deal with this pain and this misery and this grief for this damn long? Do I really want to work with somebody who want me to come in and do all this ratchet, sneaky shit? Because then I had to think, okay, you want me to do some ratchet, sneaky shit to somebody else who don't deserve it? What you gonna do to me? You know? And this person had to understand that people will look at this person like, damn, you did that to them. Now, how are you gonna treat me? Especially if it's a family member. Oh, damn, you really ain't getting no play. You ain't getting a damn thing except embarrassed. Because they're going to be like, damn, if that's how you treat your family, how would you treat me? What's the message? Hey, Aura. Yes. You know, it's like somebody, they thought they had all the magic, all the tricks. This person was here. The smoky is in the back. They like, yeah, come on this way. You good. Come on. See, somebody should have seen the smoke in the back. They would have known they really didn't want that smoke. They really didn't want that fucking smoke. They should have gave them this person, oh no, I'm good, really. No, I don't want to do all that. But no. They think they fooling somebody. You ain't fooling nobody. You're fooling yourself if you think this shit is gonna work. It's like, yeah, no. What's the message, Spirit? Now somebody they wanna come see you because they know that you are wise. You know that you're not gonna sit here and say a lot, but you know a lot. Now, if they want to ask you, you're not gonna try and take control of them or any other situation. Somebody want to come to you and they want to ask you about the past. You're gonna tell them the truth about the past. That way they can make their own decision whether they need to stay or whether they need to go. But you're not gonna sit here and not tell somebody or have somebody You know, the best thing is to ask somebody as opposed to stay, as opposed to not. Because now this person has to come in and make an apology to you, you know, and they're not sure if you're going to stick around. You lay down. I'm not playing with you. Go get on your bed. Go get on your bed. Go. Go. Go on. Go. You good girl. Go get on your bed. Go on. She like, because you told me to stay. I'm not moving. I got to make her move. Because she know I do not play. Mama don't play. I got a switch. I got a switch from outside like your granny would get. She know I do not play. Yeah, somebody, they looking at you, you know, and they see the value in you. For the first time, this person sees the value in you, and they stress because they didn't see the value in you before. It's like you was always the same person. It's just that there was something wrong with them. They're the ones who needed to clean their glasses off, or have a different point of view, or ask some questions. You know, they're seeing now that those attacks that just hurt them. They didn't hurt you. You was good. You completed this cycle. And now that this, you know, this is why their whole life is going to shit. This is why this person knows they need to be healed. They need some serious healing. This is why this person is understanding. And I feel like, you know, it's part of this person's life purpose to actually be a healer. You know, to actually help people through those dark nights of souls and those passages that they get lost in. What else, Spirit? What else? Yes, they feel so ashamed of themselves, so utterly ashamed of themselves, because they know they acted so young, so immature, and this is what caused you to leave. And now they sitting here just staring at you. They can't see you enough, but yet they're afraid to talk to you. This is where they still need to come up with that courage, that strength. They need to check themselves. Somebody wants to send you a message, but they want to do it secretly because they are afraid that somebody else is going to find out. This devilish energy is going to find out that they're in communication with you and trying to come towards you. This is why, and then they feel like, you know, that's when this person's going to try and attack them or you. Well, if somebody want to attack me, bring it on, bitch. I've been looking for something to do on a Saturday night. And whooping y'all little devilish ass ain't gonna be a problem. I already got my sleeves pulled up. Bring it, bitch. I need something to do. My dog want me to have something to do besides yell at her. Hey, Shadia, how are you, sweetie? Yep. They can't. Somebody knew they couldn't overpower you. They couldn't mess with you. They wasn't going to be able to outsmart, overpower, take you, control you. They knew that. It's like you a car without a steering wheel. They can't direct you. You going any way that you want to go. Hey, lies never stuck. How are you? Hush. Yeah, somebody, they need to work on themselves. They need to stop holding back so much. You know, and like I said, this person, it's like what they envision themselves having the strength to be able to say, la, 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 and maybe that's what they need to do. Stand in the mirror and practice. Stand in the mirror, practicing what they're going to say. Because, you know, and eventually it's just going to come out. But at least you're going to know what you're going to say. At least you're going to know how you're going to look whenever you say it too. I don't know. But yeah, they ready to leave this entire group alone, because I see this entire group is nothing but a bunch of losers. And they definitely want to strike this relationship back with you. Whether this is, it don't even have to be a love relationship. It could just be a family relationship. It could be, whatever. They see that you are the chosen one, that they should have been with you. You're the one who's like bright like the sun. You are the right way, and they went the fucking wrong way. They see they should have left that shit alone. Somebody's going to try, and they're going to try and come to you. They're going to try and call you. They're going to try and make you an offer, but this is somebody you need to leave the fuck alone. Because they're going to try and, it's like this person is going to try and come back or something, but you've already said whatever you needed to say. You did what you needed to do, and you gone. Leave that one alone. Yes, and that's the person who feels so bad for the way that they treated you. Somebody else feels bad for the way that they treated you too, which caused you just to cut this motherfucker off, period. Because for as long as you can remember, this motherfucker was nothing but cruel and too much. They did too fucking much. They was doing too much forever, as long as you can remember. This is somebody who was immature and so fucking two-faced too. This is the person who wants to try and come and block the person who wants to come back to you. Because that person that wants to come back to you, that King of Cups, knows that, you know what, you are the gift. You are the family. This is what they want with you. The 10 of Cups, the 10 of Coins. This is what they feel that they deserve, but yet they still chose the fuck wrong. They chose to go in the wrong fucking direction. This is why this person is going to have to step up to the plate. They're going to have to let those nuts drop. They're going to have to make some decisions. Instead of sitting here hoping that you come back to them, hoping that you call them, oh, hey, I was just calling to see. No, ain't nobody doing that. Shit, when we told you to get up in this motherfucking boat so we can go on, somebody was like, I don't want to get in the boat. Okay, well, you stay your little dumb ass there then. What else, Spirit? Yeah. I don't want to be a player no more. That's what I'm hearing. I don't want to be a player no more. Yeah. And somebody realizes that two-faced shit, them planning to, they sitting there saying this to you, but they're really doing this over here, or planning this over there. That shit is, they need to hold that shit down. They need not do that no more. They need not do that no more. What's the message, Spirit? Anything else from the stack? Yep. Careful that that person is going to try and come in, because they only want to come in to block who is supposed to come back. Somebody is supposed to come back. It's like this was somebody that was a fallen angel that almost lost their wings. It's almost like they woke up at the right time, the right day, just the right way, because they was on the way out, baby. They was about to lose everything. But then something happened. This motherfucker woke up at the right time, and they started thinking about you. And that's when they realized they need some serious balance in their life. They needed some serious assistance, whether that was talking to somebody like a counselor, a psychologist, psychoanalyst. But that's when somebody realized they did not need to speak with that controlling person who was trying to get them off track. That's when somebody had to realize family, quote unquote, family will do you the absolute fucking worst. You would be better off with a stranger on the street helping you out, giving you the right way to go, than listening to some family members, especially if it's a family member who ain't done shit. and who ain't got shit and who ain't ever been in the situation that you've been in. Because if they ain't been in the situation that you've been in or want to be in, don't ask them shit. That's like I had to tell my son, my grown ass son, I don't know why you sitting here following these motherfuckers who single, pledged their entire life to be single, and you want to be with somebody. What you think they're going to tell you? How to have a successful relationship whenever they... That shit don't ever work. You cannot follow someone who don't have what you want. You can only... That's confirmation. Go in the footsteps of the person who's got what you want. That way you can ask them how they got it and what you needed to do to maintain it. That's like asking somebody who can't balance their checkbook, ain't got no money. That's like asking them how to be a millionaire. How the fuck they... That's like asking a millionaire, what they need to do as far as like, should they pay this month or this month? Should they go stand in the food pantry line? Should they apply for food stamp? What should they do? How the fuck they know? They ain't got those issues. They don't have those problems. You have to find somebody that has experienced what you want to experience. Y'all got me out here yelling again this afternoon. Knowing that, well, I'm not going to lie like that and say, knowing that I don't like to yell. Sasha be like, shit. Yes, she does. See, they were being childish. They know that. And they know that time is running the fuck out. Yes. They need your positive energy right now. This is what they know. Because they know that you are the real deal, holy feel, baby. There ain't nothing superficial about you. But they had to ask themselves, how did they treat you? How did they treat you? And they got to think about that. They have to atone for that as well. So the road that they on, the reason they feel like they're losing everything is because of that decision that they made. And right now, your power is growing. Yeah, especially against this kitchen warlock or witch. They're the ones that's into this black magic shit. But don't worry, because they got something coming for them. They got something coming for them for the next few years. It's going to keep their asses busy. While you were sitting here just being a free spirit. Somebody needs to pay attention to their strengths. They need to get that strong at heart, that and you were their sacrifice. That's like you was their initiation to get into the club, to get into that group until they lost their leg. Now this ass is shook. Like I said, they know time is up. Time is of the essence. You ain't got no time to sit around, with your finger in your nose and your other finger up your butt trying to think, okay, well, how do I do this? Get in your car and ride. Call. Whatever you got to do. Somebody know they ain't got a lot of time. They don't have a lot of time. Especially acting all crazy like that. You have been given spiritual authority over this person, over that entire situation, because God was looking at everything. They couldn't hide nothing if they wanted to. And yes, baby, they was definitely put in their place. While you stayed in your highest self. You didn't allow anything to get you down, because you were spiritually tapped in. Those illusions are over. And now it's time for them to get out of that fucking victim mentality. Now it's like they want to date you. if this ain't a family member. What's the message, Spirit? Yes, here you are, always staying in grace, always peaceful. And this person, whatever they thought they was going to do, that shit backfired. They had to remember, if it was good enough for the goose, it's got to be good enough for the gander. That shit backfired. What else, Spirit? Yeah, maybe over this coming holiday. You know, somebody, maybe they want to talk to you about some childhood memories or things that they should have been talking about. Because especially since they know it is fucking Judgment Day and it's all in God's hands now. They know. Yeah. They know they was hanging around somebody that was full of bullshit. Bullshit, cow shit, horse shit, dog shit, cat shit. It don't make a difference. Somebody know they was around somebody that was full of bullshit, and hello, they didn't want this smoke. They trapped themselves. And they regret taking you for granted. Mm-hmm. They knew the difference between right and wrong, good and evil, but they chose to ignore their own convictions. And that's what they get. That's what they get. Don't come back to nobody in the collective. And if your ass ain't healed, and you just can't heal in a week or two, you got to take some time to heal, just like we had to take some time to heal from bullshit. Until then, it is what it is. They just know right now that you were the key. All right, y'all. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to go pick up my groceries. I'm going to get me something to eat. I'm not going to cook tonight, but I'm going to be able to cook tomorrow. Stop at Mickey D's so I can get somebody a little hamburger and some Happy Meal, because she loves those things. All right, y'all. I appreciate you so very much. Just a minute, girl. Just a minute. Thank you so very much. I will be back a little bit later this evening once I get her little fed and me fed, some groceries and everything else. All right, y'all. Thank you so very much. Bye now. Just a minute, Sasha. Just a minute, girl.